If you've never tried yoga, you probably aren't used to raising your legs. Although it may seem strange to some people, it actually has several health benefits. Raising your legs may seem like exercise, but it's actually a therapeutic technique. In yoga, the position called Viparita Karani, commonly known as the legs up the wall pose, is quite easy, and anyone can do it at home. This technique is normally performed in order to establish a connection between your mind and body, but it can also help your circulation.
Today's practice is gentle yoga at the wall. We stretch the lower back, the hips, the inner thighs, and the hamstrings. We'll begin in legs up the wall. Bring the short edge of your mat to the wall, lie down on your side, and start to move your hips towards the wall. Once your hips are touching the wall, then you can lift the legs up. It might take a while to find a comfortable position. If the hamstrings are feeling tight, keep the knees slightly bent. Make sure the hips are touching the wall and are also on the floor. If the hips are lifting and this is uncomfortable for you, elevate the hips by sliding a blanket under the hips. Also make sure the upper body is comfortable. There is no pain or tension in the upper back, the shoulders, and the neck. If there is some discomfort, you can try several things. Once you've settled in, start to focus on your breath. Breathe in any way that's comfortable for you. Scan the body and notice the sensations that come up. Notice the lengthening in the back of the thighs, the heaviness of the hips, the release in the low back. Soften the face, relax the shoulders and the arms. Legs up the wall is a good mild inversion where we bring our feet and our legs above the head, above the heart. This is a nice way to relax at the end of the day. Give the feet and the legs a break. We'll be here for another 4 minutes. Observe any thoughts that come and go, sensations that arise and pass away. Give yourself some time to relax, to release into the pose. Three seconds or so in legs up the wall. Begin to deepen the breath. If you like to move around a little bit here, wiggle the toes or the fingers, move the head side to side. Notice the effects of your legs up the wall. From here, we'll move into bound angle at the wall. Slowly begin to move the legs. Bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet together. And slowly, mindfully slide your feet down the wall. Take your time with this pose. No need to go to your edge right away. We'll be here for a while. When you meet resistance in the pose, maybe intense sensations in the inner thighs or the outer hips, pause there, observe, and breathe through the sensations. Then, if you feel ready to go a little bit further, you can slide your feet down more. This is your own exploration of the pose. Find a place that's just right for you. You feel enough stretch, enough sensation, but you're still able to soften, relax, and enjoy yourself in the pose. We'll be here for another 3 minutes or so. Keep the breath going. Last minute in your bound angle at the wall. Notice how the lower body is feeling now. Hips, inner thighs. Make sure there's no pain in the knees or the ankles. Anytime you can start to release. If you need to, you can bring your hands to your thighs to help bring the legs closer together and slide the feet up the wall. Pause a few moments and observe how you feel. Our next posture is a wide straddle pose on the wall. Lightly activate your feet and start to move the legs away from each other. And again, pause when you meet resistance, that first stretch, that first sensation in the inner thighs and the hips. Decide if this is a good place for you. You'll find that when you give the body enough time, it will start to soften and release. And if you are able to bring the legs a little bit wider, bring the feet a little bit lower and closer to the ground, go right ahead. It's not necessary. Again, just find the place that works for you, that you feel good in. This can be an intense pose for some. If that's the case for you, make sure the face, the jaw, the neck, and the shoulders are still relaxed. No wasted energy in your pose. Allow the body to do what it is able to do. Let gravity do its work in bringing the legs a little bit lower. The feet are lightly active, but not overly rigid. Continue to observe, breathe, be present. We'll be here another 2.5 minutes. Last few seconds in your pose. Whenever you're ready, you can start to release. Bring the hands on the outer thighs to help bring the legs closer together. Take your time. Back to legs up the wall for a few moments. Pause and notice. We'll prepare for our hip and glute stretch. Pigeon on your back on the wall. Bend that right knee. Bring the right thigh closer to your chest. Flex that right foot and externally rotate from the right hip. Make sure there is no pain in the knee as you bring your right ankle over the left thigh. Both feet are lightly activated. And notice here how the hips are feeling, how the glutes are feeling. And this might be enough for some. If you need more, carefully, mindfully slide your left heel down the wall. Again, you'll find that first stretch, meet that first sensation, decide if that's enough for you. If the hips are lifting too much from the ground, pause there and gently press the hips down towards the ground again. Do your own exploration of the pose for the next minute or so. Find just enough intensity. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with your body. Enjoy yourself in the pose and breathe. Last few seconds here. And to release, begin to slide your left heel up the wall again. Uncross the legs, pause a few moments, observe how the right side feels. We'll prepare for the left side. Bend that left knee, bring the knee in towards the chest. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. And again, make sure you're not forcing the knee in any way. There is no pain in the joints. Both feet are lightly activated. Slide your right heel down the wall any amount that's possible for you, but still keep your hips close to the ground. Notice if one side feels slightly different from the other. No judgment, simply observe what is. Appreciate the body for what it can do. We'll stay here another minute and breathe. Last few seconds in your stretch. Notice that left outer hip, outer thigh, and the glutes. And to release, slide the right heel up the wall, uncross the legs. Now bring both knees into the chest, wrap your arms over the legs. About 30 seconds here. Feel that nice release in the lower back. Take one last deep breath here. And release your arms. Prepare for reclining twist. Drop your knees to the right and press your left shoulder down. If you need to move away from the wall to be more comfortable in your twist, go ahead and do that. We'll stay here another minute. Take one last full breath in your twist. And come back to the center. We'll switch sides. Drop your knees to the left. Press your right shoulder down towards the mat. Look over your right arm if that feels okay on your neck. Let the legs be heavy, let the arms be heavy. Enjoy the breath, enjoy the twist. Another minute here. Last breath in your twist. And slowly come back to the center. Extend the legs up again and legs up the wall. We're ready for final relaxation. If you're comfortable here and feel you can stay for a few minutes, this can be our final pose.